This is day 33 of cutting to 8% body fat without tracking calories. So today, woke up at like 6 a.m., but I didn't really sleep that much. But first thing I did, woke up 6 a.m., didn't use my phone first hour of the day. I hydrated, and then I read for like 30 minutes. I read Atomic Habits, that book up there on top of all the other books. I was reading that, Atomic Habits, and one thing that I kept talking about was the cue on, it was talking about how to break bad habits, how to create good ones. And then it was talking about how the people who seem like they have the most self-control actually don't. They just control their environment to not be tempted to do those bad habits, and it just makes it way easier for them to not do the bad habits that are holding you back by changing your environment. And then as I was reading that, I kept reading the pages. I was like I kept having like mind blown moments. I was like, no way. I was like, no fucking way. So and then I started thinking on like ways that I can apply this to break bad habits. It kept talking about to break bad habits that there's a cue to every habit. There's a cue and a trigger, and that gives you that temptation to indulge in that bad habit that's holding you back. And it also talked to how to get rid of that cues, that the best way is to just cut off the habit at the source, which is that cue. And it also was talking about how everything you do, you should associate it with one thing, so that when you go to do it, you remember why you're going to do it, and you actually stay focused on that one thing. It was like, associate you getting in your bed is just you going to sleep. No you staying up on your phone. No you laying there and being on your phone. If you're going to go in your bed, you're going to go to sleep. That's what you associate it with. And one thing that I'm going to apply this to is when I go on my bed, when I go on my computer, I'm going to work. I'm not going to watch bullshit and procrastinate. Or if I sit down on my desk, I'm going to work or write down what I need to do, or I'm going to make a video. Or if I go on my phone, if I go on Instagram, I'm going to post stories, post reels, make content, and not watch bullshit and get distracted. That's like just wasting my time, and I'm not getting any value from it, and I'm not like making progress from it. I'm only going to create content and watch content from other people that I want to be like when I go on Instagram. And I started associating this with a lot of other things, like my bed, my desk, what I do when I go on my computer. And recently I've literally just been like, when I open Instagram, when I open YouTube, like I've associated with one thing that I'm gonna do when I go on there, when I'm in that room, or when I'm in my bed, or when I'm sitting at my desk and I'm doing something. And I always have that in the back of my head on why I'm doing it, and that actually reinforces like why I'm actually doing it and keeps me focused on that thing. And I was thinking, I was like, how can I apply this to my life? And I did that. And then I was also thinking, I have a bad habit of staying up late, of not going to sleep like early, and staying up on my phone, or like checking the time late at night and then realizing it's super late at night. And then that stress is like me checking the time and I still haven't fell asleep. That stresses me out even more, that I haven't fucking fell asleep yet. And it's already like late at night. And then that like prevents me from falling asleep too. So, and when I wake up, sometimes I used to have the bad habit of just waking up instantly and just getting on my phone and just laying in my bed for hours of the day. And also like staying up on my phone late when I can't really fall asleep. And one thing I'm going to do is just have my phone across the whole room, so that when my alarm goes off, I have to get up and actually turn it off. And before I go to sleep, my phone isn't next to me and I'm not staying up late on my phone. But I used to do that, but I kind of stopped because I kind of got like lazy, and I was like, oh, no, I don't need to do that. I don't need to do it. But I need to start doing that. And then another thing that I realized, that was to cut off bad habits, that the things you don't want to do, cut them out from whatever you see every single day. If you want to cut out that bad habit, like, get it away from what you do every single day. Like, you don't even want to see it in your vision. You want to have it out of sight, out of mind. Like, if you have junk food in your house, throw it out. Don't even buy it. Don't even have it in your fridge. Don't even like look at it, because when you're constantly looking at it, you're constantly getting those cues, and you're constantly getting tempted to indulge in it and actually do something that is gonna like set you back in your progress. And I could before, and while I was reading this, I was thinking about years ago, like 2 or 3 years ago, when I wanted to start making money online. I wanted to start a business. I wanted to build a business and actually be focused on that and actually make money online and learn about business and like try to build my business right here in the same spot, sitting at the same desk with the same chair. I used to have my headset here on my desk and my controller for my my computer, because I would play video games a bunch, and I wanted to quit that. Because it would waste my time. I knew it was holding me back. It was wasting so much of my time that wasn't moving me forward, wasn't leveling me up in real life. I was just leveling myself up in the game. And I was like, I'm wasting my time here. Why don't I spend my time leveling up myself in real life instead of the game? And anytime I would sit down to work here on my computer, I would always have it in my sight of the headset and my controller, and I would always like look at it and be tempted to play video games because it was just in my sight all the time, and it was just there, just have constant cues, constant temptations while I'm trying to work and I'm not really focused. And it was so easy to access. I could literally just go click on the game, boom, and I'm playing the game. But now, if you see now, up here in my closet, up there is my headset, and then right next to it is the controllers. So now, since I wanted to get rid of that bad habit, I was like, fuck this. Like, I'm tired of wasting my time here. It's holding me back. It's wasting my time. It's not productive. I'm not getting anything out of it. I'm not making money from it. I'm not, like, it's just holding me back and just wasting my time that I could be using to actually building a business, actually making money, actually bettering myself, actually learning something important, instead of wasting my time playing the games. And so I unplugged it from my computer, unplugged the headset, and I put it up there in my closet. Up there in my closet, I made a story about this on my Instagram, and I put it in the mindset highlight, because I was talking about in the morning about this story about the book and the things that I've learned and how I'm going to apply it to my life and how you can apply it to your life. And I did that years ago. I did that years ago before I even knew this book even existed. And ever since then, it's been way harder to actually do that bad habit to go and play video games, because now it's not in my sight. I'm not constantly getting reminded of it when I'm here working on my desk, and I don't even have it in my sight. I literally forgot about it. I don't even think about it unless I'm like on my PC and I'm looking at like the games. But most of the time I don't even use my PC. I'm just on my laptop. So, and now if I actually want to go play video games, now it's way more friction. There's way more friction. It's way harder to access. I have to go over there in my closet, get them, connect them back to my computer, do a whole bunch of bullshit and a whole bunch of more friction, and it's way harder to access for me to even do it. So now if I think, oh, I feel like playing, but then I don't really want to play that bad. I kind of just want to play like for a little bit. And I think about all the shit I have to do to connect it, and I know I'm not even like, I know it's not gonna make me any progress. So as soon as I think about that, of all the shit I have to do to do it, I'm like, yeah, I don't even want to do it anymore, because I'm not even supposed to be doing it. I know it's wasting my time. I need to cut it out. Same thing with wasting my time on social media, scrolling on Instagram, like shit like that, fucking jerking off, watching porn. There's a bunch of shit that you do every single, like, there's a bunch of shit that you do and you don't even realize that it's bad for you. You don't even realize that it's bad for you, that it's holding you back, literally sacrificing your potential, wasting your potential. And you don't do anything about it until you realize that the goals that you actually want to hit, you aren't going to hit them if you don't cut those things out that are holding you back. So you actually need to realize how to like break those bad habits so that you can actually focus on the thing that you actually need to do to hit those goals, because those things are distractions and they're fucking holding you back. Like completely destroying your discipline, your self-belief, your confidence, your self-esteem, everything. Like everything. Like fries your dopamine, like completely fucking fucks you up. And the one thing you need to do is cut it off at the source. It said in the book also, it said, I have never seen, from the dude who wrote the book, it said, I have never seen someone consistently stick to positive habits in a negative environment. And it said a more reliable way to stick to good habits is to cut them off at the source. Anything that will trigger a cue, cut it out. That will trigger a cue and a trigger or a temptation to do that bad habit. You need to cut it out. What was the cue for me to play video games? Me seeing it and it being so easy to access on my desk. So what I did, I got rid of the cue, took it off my desk, and it's not even in my sight anymore. Only time like I'll play video games if like my brother wanted to play and he was really like asking me. But other time than that, I really haven't like played in like years. And I've just been trying to make business work out, but whatever. I have another video on that, but you need to cut off the cue. You need to cut off the bad habit at the source, and that's what you need to do. Like same thing with me moving my phone across the whole room, putting it like over there, and me cutting off, getting distracted on Instagram and social media. What do I do? I don't use my phone first hour of the day. I don't post on my story until first hour of the day, because if I instantly go on my phone, instantly go on Instagram and post a story, I'm way more likely to watch bullshit, get distracted, and do a bunch of other shit. But now since I read that book, been reading that book and like the association thing, that now I need to associate me going on the app with me only posting content, only posting stories, and only watching like content from people that I want to be like. Because the content you watch is also a big thing. What your frequency is what you frequently see. If you're constantly seeing bad shit, you're constantly wasting your time scrolling endlessly on Instagram, you're constantly like wasting your time watching porn, jerking off, like masturbating, wasting your fucking time, wasting your potential, always playing video games, like nothing that is getting you forward, only negative things that are holding you back, that is going to fuck up your mindset so much. You're going to feel unmotivated. You're not going to have any motivation. You're going to feel like shit. You're not going to have any drive to do anything. You're not going to have any discipline, like whole bunch of things. But if you're not distracted with those things, if you try to cut them out as much as possible, like fully cut them out, and you only like watch people who are doing what you want to do, people who work hard, people who are successful, people who are after it, people who are in shape, people who go to the gym, people who actually go and get what they want and actually wanting to be like them, hardworking, disciplined, in the gym, good physique, like successful in business. Like if you're only watching content from people like that you want to be like, you're going to start becoming like them because you're constantly seeing them, and that's like you just want to be like them and you're going to start being like them. But if you're watching content from losers, from complete losers, the degenerates who are just like drinking out, like going out, smoking, drinking, smoking weed, like drinking, just going to parties, and just like complete degenerate content. If you're just watching that, like them playing video games, them just wasting their time. If you're just watching like bullshit content that isn't making you better, isn't giving you value, isn't like improving you, what are you doing? You're just wasting your time watching them. And you're literally wasting your time watching them, and you're not getting any value from it. It's literally bringing you down by watching them. So you have to be really like picky and conscious of like who you consume content from, what content you consume. Not watching porn. Fucking cut that shit out. Like, the people you watch, the content that you watch, the content creators that you watch, like the people you want to be like, the people that you look up to, the people that you want to be like and take inspiration from. Like, make sure that you're actually watching good content, you're watching good people you want to be like, people that you want to be like. But that's really important, because that actually like really changes you, like who you are, who you become as a person. Because I remember I used to watch like a bunch of videos about the gym influencers who would have a good physique, who would be disciplined in the gym, but that was like basically it. That was basically it that they were consistent with. That's all that they were consistent with, just posting content and the gym. Like that was it. I was only watching people who were just consistent in the gym, just had a good physique. That was it. And I didn't even have a good physique back then, but I was still just going to the gym. I was just consistent into the gym, but I wasn't consistent with anything else. I wasn't consistent with the nutrition. I didn't even have a good workout plan. Like, I was going to the gym like a bunch consistently, but I still was doing fucking whole bunch of shit wrong. I was just going to the gym. I wasn't actually like having a good workout plan, like eating good food, like everything locked in, like nothing was fucking locked in. The only thing that I did was actually show up to the gym, and that was it. And I would waste so much time in the gym too. I would spend like 2 hours every single time going to the gym, and I thought I needed to do that. I thought I needed to spend 2 hours every single time, but I don't. Now I only spend like 50 minutes, an hour in the gym. Like, unless the gym is super packed, I don't take more than an hour. And what I kept watching is what I like became. I only watched people who were just consistent going to the gym, didn't really talk about anything else. And that's what I became. I was literally just going to the gym, and that was it. Wasn't doing anything else. And now I watch people who are consistent in everything. The gym, like working on yourself, working on your business, successful. And that's what I'm going to become by that, because that's what I'm frequently seeing. That's what I'm going to become. That's what I want to be like, and that's what I'm working towards. So the content you watch is really, really important, and the things you do every single day is really important. But actually be conscious of what you're doing. That's also a thing that I talked about in the book. It was like, be more conscious of your decisions every single day. Like, whenever you're going to do something, like, talk out loud and say why you're going to do that thing. And talk about why you're going to do that thing, the benefits of you doing that thing, and the negatives of you doing that thing. And when you do that, you're really going to catch yourself, be like, hold on, I'm doing this thing that's going to give me all these negatives, and I'm still going to do it. What the fuck am I doing? It's going to give me all these negatives and no benefits. Why am I even doing this? You're going to become way more conscious, you're going to make way better decisions. But that's day 33. It's kind of been a while since I posted a video. I just been too focused on like just doing other things. Like, I've been working on the fitness program like the whole time that I haven't been like posting content. I've been posting stories every single day. I've been making that my story highlight on Instagram. That shit takes so much. It's taking way longer than I thought it would. Like, it's been like days and I still haven't finished it. I've been posting it like every single day on my story to try to finish it, but it takes so much more time than I thought it was. Like, it literally takes me like hours and hours out of my whole day, like at least 6 hours out of my whole day. I I didn't think it was gonna take that long every single day. But and I don't really wanna post it all on one day because there's gonna be like too many stories every single day. But that's what I've been working on, making that my story Instagram highlight on Instagram so that you guys can see like my whole fitness journey from where I started, and to where I am now and where I'm gonna go. But I also want to make a my story like entrepreneurship highlight where how I started like super broke and like all the failures that I've had, all the money that I lost. I'm gonna make a YouTube video about it, but I'm gonna make that Instagram highlight once I'm actually successful and making money and I'm a millionaire, and that's when I want to make that highlight. And probably when I'm like a business coach or something, when I'm a business coach or teaching about business, that's when I'll make that my story highlight. But I'm gonna make a YouTube video about my entrepreneurship journey. Then I'm also gonna make a video on my fitness journey because I feel like I need to make that, and because I'm making the Instagram one, I feel like the Instagram one is better because you can actually see like this picture, what I look like, how much I weighed, what I was going through. Like you see it way more detail, but I kind of just want to make a YouTube video on just talking about how I felt in the moment, what I was doing. I just felt like shit. I mean, I talked about that in the Instagram reel, on the Instagram story highlight. If you want to see my whole story, my whole fitness journey, go on my Instagram and click on the one where it says my story, the my story highlight, where I'm super skinny, like click on that highlight. I literally weigh like 115 pounds when I first started the gym, when I first started working out in my room. But yeah, if you want to see the whole story, check on that. Look on down my Instagram. Probably gonna make like 2 other YouTube videos right now. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next one.